Hello, good morning, everyone. So I'm sorry this isn't the presentation that was in the program. I was asked, because Innovyze isn't well known in Poland, to instead give a more general overview of all of our software products, rather than just focusing on one case study that may not be of much use to a lot of people in the room. So firstly, a little bit about Innovyze. Innovyze, we see our mission as empowering water experts. The company has been building, designing software solutions for the entire water market for over 35 years. Primarily focused, as you can see here, we started in the UK. We were based also in America, East Asia, and Australia. So in those regions, we were very much seen as the industry leader. It was common practice to use our software products, particularly in the stormwater, sewer, and flood area, where ICM is seen as an industry leader. But we didn't really have the reach. We were a small company, so we didn't have the reach to extend further out to places like Poland. So I didn't get to come to these wonderful places. But a year and a half ago, we were bought by Autodesk, which has given us much greater reach. We can expand into more markets, and I get to come to Poland, which is fantastic. So just a quick water industry snapshot to describe where we do offer solutions. So we offer design solutions for water structures as part of Autodesk now. So in the CAD areas, things like that, design tools. Obviously in the stormwater and flood, that's where I'm going to focus most on today, in drainage design and green infrastructure. But we also have tools for water distribution, sewer networks, and around the treatment of both drinking water and wastewater. So to look at each of our solutions in turn, in an overview, on the stormwater systems, we have InfoWorks ICM. ICM stands for Integrated Catchment Management, and that's for flood analysis, drainage analysis, to understand the flooding mechanism, why things are happening, what is the interaction between different systems. And then we have InfoDrainage, which is a dedicated drainage design software. On the water distribution side, we have InfoWorks WS Pro and InfoWater Pro. They essentially do the same job, but in different ways. InfoWater Pro is an add-on tool to ArcGIS, the Esri software. So if people like to manage their data within ArcGIS, they can use this tool as a modeling add-on. InfoWorks WS Pro, like ICM and InfoDrainage, is standalone software, so people can use it without anything else. Info360, which we've got on the other products there, is our new cloud-based platform. So it's software as a service. People log into the website and they can manage all of their data there. So I'll go through all of those in a bit more detail. So my specialism is InfoWorks ICM. I love this software. I've been using it since 2002 in its early forms and today. So this is fully integrated river, urban drainage, overland flow modeling, all within a single package, using a single engine to solve everything. So it doesn't do one set of 1D equations for the underground and then a second set of 2D equations. The solvers are integrated. This helps you make informed decisions because you can see whether the flooding is actually a result of your drainage network being under capacity, or whether it's because the river was particularly high at that time, so you couldn't discharge. Lots of interactions like that. We also have water quality modeling across the 1D and 2D zone. So this is increasingly being used for things like agricultural pollution, because you can model and analyze fertilizer runoff into a water course to see if that was the cause of a problem. You can look at spill analysis. You can look at whether the pollution was a cause of spills or whether it was a cause of flooding coming from a manhole flowing overland and then entering a water course. And then when it comes to doing outline designs, looking for solving these things, we have scenario modeling so that you can look at different interventions and see which will work best. So Again, in summary, we have those fully integrated solvers, simultaneous multi-user access. So it's not a case of one person has to work on the model at a time. If you have a large team, they can all work on different elements, and you can share those simulations around, so not everyone has to rerun simulations. We have the advanced water quality modeling, and most excitedly, we have the potential to evolve to live modeling. So this is where you would create a digital twin. So in the last talk, that wonderful example from Bonn, you could link those sensors into a digital twin of the network and not only see those results in real time, see how it compares to the model, but also see predictions based on future weather forecasts. So this could tell you things. If the model is progressing quite normally, but the sensor data is going up and up and up, that could, for instance, tell you that there is a buildup of silt in the watercourse. So you're getting increased depths and you need to go out and do some preventive maintenance. The forecasting is obviously a bonus because it's much better to solve these problems before they happen rather than wait until something is flooding. On the drainage design side, we have InfoDrainage. So this is a wonderful piece of software for optimizing both sustainable drainage designs above ground and below ground traditional drainage and pipes. So you can ensure your design is fully compatible with local regulations, the design requirements. It's fully BIM compatible, so it can link in with the other Autodesk products such as Civil 3D. And it also has ways in there of automating reporting. So you can set up report templates and without any other work, it will just extract all of the data needed from that design into the report. So if you're working for the same customer again and again and again, doing drainage designs, and they ask for their data in a certain report format, you set that up once, you do all of your design, press the button, it will produce the report for you. So the key ones on this solution is that it helps to define true to site structures. So it's not just a dot on a screen to say this is the tank. You would draw the size of the tank, you would draw the size of the pond. You can move that around the site to see where it's going to be most effective. You can then analyze and optimize the system as one. So that's above ground and below ground. You can test the site for natural flow paths. And then you can visualize and export that design data. You could send the customer the entire model to analyze or just the report. And it will fully integrate with Civil 3D for BIM, and it can also be brought into InfoWorks ICM, so that could be part of your scenario testing. Once you've optimized the design, it can come back into the larger catchment model to see how it's going to impact the wider site. I mentioned Info360 earlier on. As I say, this is a cloud platform, so there's lots of solutions within that. So one of the things you can do in there is Info360 Asset, which is asset management. So you can bring in all of your assets onto a cloud-based system. Everyone within the organization will then be able to access that from a web browser, from their phone, from their laptop. So rather than having to go back to the office, log in to a closed system, they can access this. This can give them live field data information. It can give them access to surveys. A survey site crew can upload their surveys. This will then be available to the people in the office to then either approve or deny them, to add them to the larger asset database. This obviously has the typical tools you'd expect from asset management as well. So you can do network condition and risk management. So you can manage all of your inspections in one place. You can understand the asset condition. It can all be based thematically on the map. Or you can delve in deep and look at a CCTV survey or a manhole survey to give you that data-driven approach to risk planning. This all helps you justify planning decisions, justify capital expenditure, because you're making it based on the data rather than just a gut feel of, oh, well, we always clean that pipe once a year. We've always done it, we always will. You can look at the data and say, well, maybe we only need to clean that pipe once every 2 years. maybe that pipe doesn't need to be repaired or replaced for another 10 years. So you can target those expenditure a lot more data-based. The next one, part of Info360 I want to talk about is Insight. So this is an operational analytics tool for network insights and analytics. So this would be assets such as pumps or valves within a water network or flow meters over a weir. This can bring in all of that data to help you in one place use either the built-in dashboards or create your own dashboards to analyze the network at a glance. So you can quickly see things like pump run rates. Are your pumps running as efficiently as they can? On the case of a water network, who is going to be short of water? Are you going to have any customers without water if you close a valve? You can do those test analysis, those what ifs of, if I have a pipe burst, who's going to be affected? Are there any critical customers? And then finally on Info360 for today, plant. So this is our tool for treatment plants, both on the water and the wastewater side. It's an optimization tool. So we sync in all of the live data. We also provide ways of optimizing that data so that you can have one source of truth. So rather than having instrumentation in an operations room, here, there, and everywhere showing you different things, this will bring all of that together, combine it into a palatable form. Again, you can devise your own dashboards for this, but it will also offer optimization suggestions to help things like minimizing pump run times, optimizing your chemical usage so you're not spending too much on chemicals. It will do lots of things, all automated by providing operators simple workflows. All of this is obviously designed not just for saving money, but to help hit regulations. So by setting goals within the tool, this will ensure those minimum goals are always met. So you won't be causing a pollution event from your discharges. Your water to the network will always be of a minimum value so that you're always hitting your key performance indicators. And finally, I just wanted to talk about our water distribution modeling software. So it's not really the focus of this conference, so I won't dwell on it, but similar to ICM, but on the water distribution side. So this allows you to do detailed design of your network. You can do planning for future and existing supply systems. You can look at risk resilience, so you can ensure that there is always a minimum pressure. You can check the water age, so you can look at water quality in terms of chlorine levels, any potential pathogens. And this ensures water quality standards, allows you to plan for those events by opening and closing valves, looking at different structures. And again, this can also offer live modeling. So here, this can be linked to sensor data, asset data within the network for operators to look at, instantly see if there's a sudden pressure drop, is that a burst? What can they do to minimize the impact to the water users? Which valves can they close? Which valves should they open? So this, again, provides feedback for customer service level reporting. So this was just a quick introduction to Innovyze. I will talk more about it because I've got some time left and I'm allowed some time. I can give you it back if you need it for the schedule. But given the chance, we are on the stand. I am happy to talk about natural flood management to anyone who desperately wanted to know about natural flood management. I'm also happy to talk about ICM and our stormwater management solutions. I would love to hear about how it can best fit into Poland because I've really been enjoying hearing the things that have been said here. So thank you very much for listening. And if you do have any questions, we're at the Autodesk stand. Thank you so much.